Greetings and salutations, everybody. Today I'm giving you something a little different. This is Tera Online. We're in Paporia, just outside the Sinestral Manor, where I've got the quest Seeing Red, where I've got to get a party of 5 together and kill 2 Ovoliths. My goal is to do it solo. I'm a level 32 Slayer, a little high for this quest, but not too high. Now, I don't pretend to be good at this or have great gear or anything, but we'll see how well I do. Zoom the camera way out. You've got to be able to see this guy. You also need a lot of space. He'll move around a lot, and you don't want to tick off other monsters or get caught on the environment. I'm also not on Channel 1 because it's too crowded. Now this is post-commentary because, haha, I'm not talking during this dodge. I recorded it, and I'm looking back over it now. Now, typically, you want to stay on his side. Don't stand in front of him. When you get to his side, get in at most 2 swings, or at least I get in at most 2 swings. His eyes shimmer, stun him. When his eyes shimmer like that, he's about to do this attack where he jumps up in the air and slams the ground. And slamming the ground will put a really nasty stun on you, which is almost a death sentence. Also, never stay mid-range with this guy. Always stay either close range or far range. Which is why it's not easy for me to approach him and get close range. When I was farther away back there, I stayed farther away until I had a good opportunity to close distance. Which is why I have my dash on tab. So if the opportunity arises, I can... That was me being really indecisive, the first fudge up of this run. There's more coming. Now when that ring attack appears, stun him. I stunned him in the air. Alright. That attack, the poison area attack, is the other one that's really, really dangerous to actually get hit by. And when you see him pull back and start spinning around, he's going to do one of 2 things. He's either going to do the poison area attack, or he's going to roll at you. I tend to dodge sideways. That tends to be a good dodge out of either one, whichever one it's going to be. That red ring attack, though, before you dodge out of the way of it, you have to move a little bit. If you dodge directly from the center, it will still hit you when you get out of the dodge. It's not quite far enough. Tab to close in distance once again. There's a tell for most of his attacks. He's got, you see the little, like, green crab come from his mouth. Stun him. Thank you. I don't always get that off. I also try to circle him counterclockwise, as opposed to clockwise. Specifically, you can see there is where I actually still got hit because I dodged from the center instead of moving a little first. That attack, where he pounds the ground in front of him, is why I try really hard to circle him counterclockwise as opposed to clockwise. He starts that attack on his right, so if I dodge to my left out of the way of that, I can still get hit by the beginning of that attack. Almost didn't make that one. This was actually a reasonably lucky run. You knock him down, dive, hit him with the overhand, whatever it is. I actually don't know any of my attack names off the top of my head. So I will probably be referring to them by the, like, number key to use them. But when you get him down to about 70%, 60-70%, he goes into, like, ticked-off boss mode. Now, I didn't get out of the way in time of that. I'm still keeping my distance. Now, it's kind of dangerous keeping distance with this guy because he can just charge up and troll walk over you. If I can get far enough away and not attack him long enough to put my weapon away, then you can move a lot faster, which is really important to being able to dodge at that range. This guy can troll walk. over you. And this gave me a load of trouble in fighting this guy. If you get, and this is why you don't stay mid-range, if you get more than about 4 inches away from him, he will think you're far enough away that he needs to walk closer to you, which means he does his troll walk. Now this guy's as big as a house. He's got enough mass that if he walks over you, he will knock you down, which stuns you long enough to pretty much hit you with his next big attack, which can be a death sentence. But, as I was saying a while back, he goes into jerk boss mode there when he lights up. That's something that normally, fighting any other BAM, I would highly suggest just not even attacking, playing purely defensively. Back off, keep your distance a little bit. My stun didn't go off there. I don't know why it didn't stun him, but I got so lucky by dodging and essentially being in the air of the dodge when he actually touched down. But normally when they go into jerk boss mode, I highly suggest backing off, playing super defensively until it wears off over time. That's not something you can really do with this guy since you can't stay mid-range or he will just ruin you. I didn't dodge fast enough there. I got hit by the poison, but I'm doing well enough that I can still manage. The poison is going to wear me down some, and eventually I'm going to use a potion to kind of counteract the poison. There it goes. So that's really helpful there. Up until now, oh, and I did it again. I managed to dodge a second time out of that. Poisoned and slowed? That could have been the end of the fight if I got hit by that. But overall, this fight, it's going reasonably well. The poison wore off. I didn't lose too much life. We're doing pretty well. Now, he's stuck up against that. There we go. Got the stun off finally. He's stuck up against that, like, thing in the ground, which is going to make it really hard to circle around him. Even though I don't like doing it, I circle back around to the left. Just so I've got a little more leeway in dealing with this. This is not my first attempt in fighting this guy. This is probably my... crap, I don't know. I actually... fighting this guy the first time I tried to fight him was actually my first death in all of Tera. So that says a thing. It was also my second, my third, my fourth, my fifth, my sixth, my seventh, and probably my 8th death. Maybe more. I had a heck of a time with this guy. I leveled up a little bit. I think I was level 30 when I first attempted him. I also got some better gear from the Sinestral Manor dungeon. Not the greatest gear in the world, but better gear. I also dodged through his pound, which was a little lucky. Now, the thing with fighting BAMs is it is very much a war of attrition, because you cannot slack off. If you get hit by one of his attacks, it will hurt like a son of a gun. And it's not something that you can do, so you have to stay super defensive and not get hit. I was lucky there because he was doing the troll walk towards me, but I didn't have my sword out, so I was actually moving faster and could get out of the way of it. Not something you could normally do. He also went through his jerk boss mode again there. I was lucky enough for that to not really cause any troubles. We're wearing him down, though. We're getting him down to the 30s, and this is about where the fight's going to start getting a little more troublesome. I also realized he tends to do the, like, roll twice. I'm hoping I can close the distance before he decides to troll walk. But getting them down this low is where the fight starts to get a little strenuous. Because the thing with any monster, not just BAMs, also, that guy randomly walking around wants to help me out. Sorry, dude. This is like, I think I'd die if I actually opened up the menu to hit the button. But this is my fight, man. I got this. Now that, he troll walked over me, but he didn't hit me enough to knock me down, which went really well. Now, once you get him down this low, every so often, he'll start limping backwards, kind of getting away from you, because you've done so much damage to him, and that can be really, really troublesome, because all monsters, not just BAMs, but it's a big problem with BAMs, is they will linger. Like, if an enemy goes too far away from their spawn point, he knocked his buddy over there. Oh, that hurt a little. Not terrible, though, but if you get them far enough away from their spawn point, they will wander they will just immediately lose all aggro, bolt back to their spawn point, and completely heal. Like, just completely reset the fight because you got him too far away. And with this guy, how he limps backwards when he's taken too much damage at this point of the fight, that can actually pull him far enough out of the fight that he resets himself. He limps back into a wall here, which makes it a little hard to fight him. Because I can't circle around him very easily. It's not very mobile, so I'm keeping my distance in hopes of luring him back out. I hate using myself as bait, and then he just limps his way back into the corner. And I really don't feel like luring him out of that hole again. He's far enough away from the wall that I can circle him, and that's really all that matters. You'll notice I don't even get the chance to do many attacks in on him every now and then, so a lot of my damage is coming from those two attacks. I used a healing elixir there. I didn't really need to. That was mostly defensive. I didn't want to get hit by something big and get put really low. That attack I've actually never seen him do before. He only did it once and it didn't seem to be too big, so it all worked out. But we're getting down to the single digits! 7% HP, 5% HP. Goes into jerk boss mode again just before you kill him, and he's limping himself away, and I was getting so scared here. It's like, oh, is he too far away? He's gonna get too far away. What should I do? I'm gonna try to lure him back. I'm gonna run back over here and try to lure him back over. No, he's limping farther away! Don't, no! Knocked his buddy over again, but he's at 0.2% and fudge him! Killed that son of a gun. So yeah, I've been playing a fair amount of Tera Online recently, and this is, I've found that soloing these BAMs is actually something I rather enjoy. So I know this wasn't exactly a normal thing that I'd put up, but, yeah. Thought I'd share it with you one way or the other. Now I just have to go do it again.